What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my exquisitely handsome and both married co-hosts, John Lou Garofalo and Joey Wright. And joining us today, we've got our great friend, Jorge Martin, here with us. For those of you that do not know Jorge, get with the freaking program at this point. As Jay says down here, Jorge is not just one of Jay's favorite people, but one of our favorite people here at FYF. You can find him on Twitter at Jorge Martin 17, right there below his handsome face on the screen. And you can check out his work over at Yahoo Fantasy as a writer and editor and at Familia FFB, where he is the founder. Jorge, thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with us.
Oh, mis amigos, this is awesome. You know what? I mean, today's technically my day off, but I mean, heck, you know what? What's better to do on a day off than hang with your friends? And you guys are just
absolutely nothing.
Mis amigos. And I love it. I love it that we're part of JL's honeymoon.
This is the honeymoon. He was disappointed that it was going to be just me for a minute, but we're adding some other people in there.
I'd like to clarify for a second. Simon said we're both married. We're not married to each other. For any first-time watchers out there, while I like JL a lot, he just keeps rejecting my proposals. So.
JL's a little out of his league.
A very lovely lady instead.
Well, we got some people in the chat ready for today's show. First, our friend from yesterday, Chad Ochocinco, wondering, JL, where the hell were you at Golden Corral? He waited for hours.
What? Why were you waiting? You should have been eating. You're at Golden Corral.
Yeah.
I was eating for hours. Albert in here stopping by with the hello, everyone. What's up, Albert?
What up, Albert?
We got Jay in here with the happy hump day FYFers.
Watch your mouth.
And Dustin with the hashtag Team Joey and excited to watch some Jeopardy today. Scamper stopping by says it's a beautiful day for FYF and Jorge. Scampers. It's always a beautiful day for Jorge. And Monday through Friday, it's a beautiful day for FYF.
Because he lives in LA.
You're not wrong. Man, I remember being out there for the first time and driving around in the middle of August and being like, I get why it's so expensive. The weather's perfect. 20 feet to my right is the most beautiful ocean I've ever seen. 20 feet to my left is the most beautiful mountains I've ever seen. And right in the middle is Jorge. I'll pay for that.
Hey, you know what? Actually, even better time to be here is like January, because I mean, it's like everywhere else except for where Joey is and where we are in Hawaii, it's like 5 degrees. But like, yeah, out here it's just manifest destiny. It's just beautiful that time of year. But yeah, thankfully, unfortunately, it also brings lots of traffic. So thankfully, I work from home. So life is good.
When I'm getting that is in January, Jail's going to be the only cold one. Oh, Joey, we're just jumping all over each other here. How about we make it formal? You go ahead.
Jumping all over my husband.
I would love that. Jorge, I don't want your exact address. I'm just curious, where in Los Angeles do you live? Don't give me.
I'm about 30 miles from downtown LA, north and a little bit west in the San Fernando Valley. So I'm probably about 2 miles from where they had that really bad earthquake in 1994.
Good year.
So hopefully it stays away. Hopefully it stays away.
On the East Coast, there was some good stuff going on with JL and I being born, though.
Yeah, baby.
West Coast, not as great. We got Ladarius in here saying, good afternoon, all. Cannot wait for some Jeopardy today. Also, love Jorge.
Gracias,
Ladarius. Is on Jorge's side today. Andrew in here with the happy Wednesday, everyone. Andrew? Jags Saints tomorrow night, baby. And we get primetime Trevor Lawrence. Bob Harris with Eagle screams to all.
Roberto.
We got Damon here saying, yo, FYF, what's up? Welcome back in. And then Alex stopping by with a question for us before we jump into the show. Alex wanted to know, should I trade Zay Flyers for Deontay Johnson and Hawkinson? So
Zay Flyers.
Plugging in some other players just for fun, hypothetically. Jell, would you do a trade Zay Flowers for Deontay Johnson and TJ Hawkinson?
Yeah, I would. That is enough value for me to exchange the Zay Flowers love. Yeah.
God, but that Zay Flowers love is growing. I feel like every week when I watch him, I'm like, oh, he is that dude. Like, he is as good as people said he was going into the season. Jorge, are you making this move as well?
I am, because TJ Hawkinson is one of the few, difference-making tight ends out there. And so I'm just kind of like, I'd hate to see Zay Flyers go, but Hawkinson, and you know what? Deontay Johnson, he's such an underrated target earner. I love the value. I'd have to see what I'd have to drop to make room for one of those guys. So that might not be fun.
For any of my
man.
teams, Isaiah Hodgins just sitting on the back of your bench, so you can throw to the waiver wire at any
AJ
given
Osborne.
moment.
Yeah, cut him.
Adios.
I thought this was a new nickname for Zay Flyers, but it's just a typo. That's super disappointing.
I like Zay Flyers.
I
We can make
wanted
it a
that.
new
I did too.
nickname.
Definitely make
Let's
that happen.
let's make it a thing.
That's them
Yeah.
out, baby.
Pew, pew.
We got Chad Ochocinco in here giving us an update on what he was doing at Golden Corral. Said he left him there so long he got a little crazy and dipped the Bourbon Street chicken in the vanilla ice cream. Turns out it's a winning combo. And Chad
Never leave our
Ochocinco
chat.
also wants your exact address.
1000 Vince Scully Avenue.
Bob Harris stopping by saying, "Is it just me or is jail glowing?" Literally. I think he is. I think it's that
So you
post-marriage
guys have
glow.
to tell me.
Just radiating off that
Gotta
skin.
go to the hospital if I am.
Well, guys, while JL figures out whether or not this is a medical emergency, we have a game of Fantasy Football Jeopardy to play today. Before we get into that, though, a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you're not already following our guest Jorge, fix it now. You can find him on Twitter at Jorge Martin 17. It is right there on the screen and the description to this YouTube video if you're watching on the Front Yard Fantasy YouTube channel. While you're there, if you like what we're doing here, or if you feel bad for us, hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way to show your support for what we're doing here at Front Yard Fantasy. And the little notification bell will make sure you never miss us live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time. With that being said, that's
Jorge's
exactly
a
what.
liar.
Also, Jorge is a liar. I'm not
That
sure
was-
why.
He gave us the address to the freaking Dodger Stadium.
Well, see, I knew that was not the correct address. I knew that where the Dodgers play, but there's nobody else there, so I know Jorge doesn't live there. Because they're not playing right now.
It's
But
like a Baker
I
Mayfield
can't really make that
situation.
joke because the Braves aren't playing right now either. So for all
Oh
of us.
yes. I was waiting
Sucks
for
for
that
all
one.
of us.
I knew it was be nice and quiet there right now for the next 6 months.
We're all disappointed baseball fans here.
really, seriously, the Orioles, yeah, they lost. Oh man,
Man, I got into baseball this year just in time to get disappointed. Know what I mean? Like I watched the Braves' crazy comeback against Philly, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in, baby!" Just in time for it to be ripped away until next year. We'll try again next year, baseball.
That's when you know that you're a fan. When he rips your heart out. Yeah, you can't be like, if anybody who became like a Yankee fan in the late 90s, no, come on. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
I did get to cry on Simon and Tim's shoulders when it happened. So there was the silver lining. It's like at least I was with friends when it happened. So
It's beautiful. Well, guys, there will be no comforting of our fellow competitors in today's game. Joey is going to be running it. Myself, John Luke, and Jorge going head to head in today's game of Fantasy Football Jeopardy. I'm going to explain how this game works. We'll get the board up here on the screen, and we'll get going. The game today is Fantasy Football Jeopardy. If you've ever watched the popular TV show Jeopardy, this is going to look very familiar to you. How this works, though, is with a couple small changes to the popular TV show. Instead of buzzing in, contestants are going to be going in turn order, selecting the question that they would like to answer. Get it right, you're going to add that money to your score. We will not subtract it if you get it wrong, and you do not need to answer in the form of a question unless your Jeopardy-loving heart demands that of you personally. We will allow it. Now, there's one other change that we make in this game. If on your turn you get your question right, you get to pick the category for the person that goes after you. They will still get to pick the point value, but you will get to dictate which category they have to select from. We're going to go like this so we run out of questions, run out of time, or run out of dirty socks to sniff, at which point we will go into our final round of Jeopardy. This is the one and only question of the game where you can lose money. Joey's going to give us a category, at which point all of us will write down a wager between 0 and the total amount we have earned so far in that game. Get that last question right, you're going to add it to your score. Get it wrong, you are going to subtract it. Whoever has the most at the end of this game after Final Jeopardy will be our champion for today. You boys ready?
yep.
Vámonos.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right.
Who beat
Gentlemen.
me?
Let's look at the categories. Today we have PPR positional ranking. I'll give you a player, their position, and I'll give you a range that you have to be in, and you tell me where they're at in a PPR positional ranking.
Oh,
For instance, you would say Patrick Mahomes, quarterback 3. I don't know if that's correct or not, but you get the idea. And then if he's quarterback 4, if the range was within 5, you would get the points. Understand? Great.
got it.
NFL on location. I'm going to give you a location of a TV show or a movie, or I'm going to give you the name of a TV show or movie, and you tell me which NFL team plays in the city that movie or TV show is set.
All right.
Got it.
Like leaving Las Vegas would be Las Vegas Raiders.
Beautiful.
Grab bag, deranged.
They're all that easy.
Just oh boy, great questions today. Week 6 leaders. We'll look back at week 6 and who was leading in different categories, and then who beat me. There are 5-1 teams right now in the NFL. I'll give you the team, and you tell me who beat them.
Ooh, that's a tricky category.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I give you options, but still, it's a fun
That's
category.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I was really happy that there was 5-1 teams. So,
Shout
thanks
out
for
Eagles
not
and
punting
Niners.
on third down, Eagles.
Yeah, thanks for missing that field goal, Jake.
Also,
Moody.
before we get into the game, I see some questions coming in the chat. We're going to answer these throughout the show today in between rounds. So keep them coming, and we will be more than happy to help you out with any and all of your fantasy football / construction / business / legal needs that you need of us.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So, Simon, you are going first today.
Okay.
So, category and value.
Let's go NFL on location for 300.
The Wire.
I thought you said the answer was going to be Las Vegas Raiders for all of these. This is the Baltimore Ravens.
That is correct, sir. See,
Shout out B More.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Baltimore right now.
Not a huge fan of you either.
Apparently not. Yeah, that's the correct. I like Fells Point. I thought Fells Point was beautiful. Awesome, Simon, you got that absolutely correct. Have you ever seen The Wire? Anybody seen it?
Yeah.
It's been on my
I
list.
hear it's fantastic. It's on the top of my list.
I've heard people put it up there with like Breaking Bad, and I'm just like, wow.
Mm-hmm. That might
It's
be
definitely older than Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
That's a qualifying word to use to describe it for sure.
It's Sopranos.
Definitely a different length than Breaking Bad.
Simon, you got that correct. You get to send Jorge, our guest, to his first category.
Week 6 leaders. Let's clear that one out.
Ooh, let's do it.
How much, Jorge?
Let's put it. You got it on 400. Let's do it there.
I was not trying to send you that message. Rushing yards. Who was the leader? Was it Saquon Barkley, Raheem Mostert, or Kyron Williams?
In my backyard, Kyron. Oh, who is Kyron Williams?
You don't have to do that. Good job, Jorge. That was correct. So we're coming into an injury with Kyron Williams. He's not going to be playing this week, and Ronnie Rivers is not going to play either. Jorge, how are you feeling about Zach Evans this week? Starting for, I believe, is it your Los Angeles Rams?
Yes, starting for my Los Angeles Rams. In fact, I just did the running back report for Yahoo and talked about this backfield. And the thing that worries me about this backfield is they just added Darrell Henderson, Myles Gaskin, and they already had Royce Freeman. So I think it's going to be a committee this week, unfortunately. I think, and plus the fact that they're playing the Steelers. The Steelers have been a little bit more beatable on the back end. And so I think it's going to be Stafford, Kupp, and Puka all day long, and mixing in a little Zach Evans. I hope he gets some play because I liked him at Ole Miss, but the first game out, I think it's going to be rough sledding for him.
Evans has been kind of a history backup at TCU and Ole Miss, like Jorge said. Do you think this might be one of those like time to shine? Like this is his moment?
Yeah, I think if you're
shining moment.
If you need to start him, I think he's absolutely startable. And I think this is the type of moment in which you start a player like Zach Evans. It's when everybody else is down and he's just got a shot. He's got a great shot on a offense that has been running a decent amount, even though they've been passing a lot too.
I'm with you, Joe.
6 teams on bye.
Yeah, 16. Oh my God. My flex league, guys. It's really bad. Not big benches, no IR, and I have a lot of injuries and buys. I'm going to get wrecked this week.
Brutal. I'm with you, though, Jay. I drafted Zach Evans in quite a few leagues, and if I'm not starting him this week, why did I draft him? This is the exact situation I drafted him for. If the running back in front of him goes down, if I'm too scared of Royce Freeman to start him this week, then I probably shouldn't have drafted Zach Evans. There was something up with my process at the beginning of the season. So I'm rolling him out there in quite a few leagues this week whenever you take buys, injuries, and then the role that you expected for him when the season started.
Especially if you drafted him and held him for 6 weeks, you should definitely play him.
Yes. I dropped him on a couple of leagues where I picked him up right after Cam Akers got traded, and I'm regretting it right now.
This isn't a part of Jeopardy, but do you guys know when the last time Royce Freeman had 2 double-digit fantasy games back-to-back?
2019.
It was 2019 when he was with Denver.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time since he produced anything on the field, so I'm not worried about Royce Freeman. All right, let's get to some questions here. Jack in here. Should I trade Hubbard and Judy for Damian Pierce? I'm not relying on any players to play, just looking for reliable RB depth down the stretch. Yeah, because Pierce is on bye this week. So also want to trade away Hubbard before Sanders comes back. I understand that. JL, how are you feeling about this as a trade?
I'm not opposed to trading away a Jerry Jeudy, but I would want something more than Damian Pierce. It doesn't feel like that much of an upgrade to trade away Jeudy. I'd rather just keep him and see if you can get some more value later on in the season, or if you can get some more value right now.
Will you be sleeping on the couch tonight? Because it sounds like you would. No, I'm kidding.
Where I always sleep.
So no, I do kind of agree with you. I would maybe a little bit more for Hubbard and Pierce than that. So all right, we have what's Chaka in here. Would you rather trade Olave for Watson and McLaurin? PPR. Simon, would you trade Olave for Watson and McLaurin? I'm guessing that's Christian Watson and not Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I'm assuming Christian Watson here. This is relatively close in value. I feel like the piece I want the most out of these three is Chris Olave, but you've got two startable level wide receivers on the other side. I would want to see your team to know for sure, Chaka. My instinct is to lean on the side with the best player and go Chris Olave, but if your other two starting wide receivers are Marvin Jones and KJ Osborne, then it might make sense for you to have Watson and McLaurin in your starting lineup over one Olave and those two guys. In most cases, though, I'm probably sticking with Olave.
I mean, McLaurin and Olave haven't been that far off production-wise. So it feels like you're kind of getting extra value here with Watson. I'd probably make that trade, given if you consider all the depth. You're taking on two players. So if you can do that, I would probably make that trade.
Yeah, I like the Watson and Olave, Watson and McLaurin side, because I think you're getting Watson at his healthy point, so you didn't have to have him during his injured time. So I feel like you're getting him at a discount right now. When I saw him against the Raiders, it really looked like, even though Jordan Love had a bit of a rough day, it looked like he was looking for Watson a lot. So I think there's going to be some love connections later.
Just like Craigslist.
Because of his name.
All right. Well, Jorge, you got that last question right, so you get to send JL to his next category.
I'm sending him to the grab bag on his honeymoon.
Nice. The deranged grab bag.
A honeymoon grab bag.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
As an aside, we should totally name the Fantasy Football Game Show records Craigslist.
Yes.
I'll take grab bag for 400.
Which one of these is not a Martin Scorsese directed motion picture? After Hours, Goodfellas, Heat, Killers of the Flower Moon, The King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, or The Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh, wow.
Which of them is not Martin Scorsese?
There's like three I know are. But outside of that, we're good luck.
Killers of the Flower Moon is the recent one, so we could take that out of here. Goodfellas just feels like Scorsese. It feels like he's done every gangster movie. Ooh, but maybe he hasn't.
Maybe that's the trick.
Taxi Driver, I don't know. That was a really old movie. I watched it in high school. It was kind of weird. Wolf of Wall Street, that I don't know about that. Let's go with, could be Wolf of Wall Street. Let's go with, nah, I don't even know After Hours. Oh, let's go with the Freak. Let's go with I don't know King of Comedy.
Dale, I feel like I'm just listening to you narrate my thought process. Like everything you've said has been like as I've thought it out loud. Like maybe Wolf of Wall. I don't know.
All waiting for an answer, but I don't know. Let's go with Wolf of Wall Street.
Before I reveal the correct answer, Scampers, Shrek 2.
That is a Scorsese film, Scampers.
That is a Scorsese movie.
He did 2 and 4.
All right. Correct answer is Heat. Yeah, it's not directed by Martin Scorsese.
Oh.
This was a subliminal message for two reasons. One, I'm seeing Killers of the Flower Moon tomorrow night. I'm very excited. And two, Simon, please watch Heat. Like, I've been begging you for like 3 weeks. Watch Heat. Thank you.
Yeah, I might just have to put it on like 1.5x speed because it's so long.
Who directed Heat?
Michael Mann.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Mr.
All right,
Man.
but they're kind of close. So
Yeah.
all right, Simon, you get to go to your own category. The
I
chat
do.
was all over this, by the way. Ladarius got it.
And just
Sully
Ladarius.
said After Hours. No, he did direct After Hours. That's my favorite Scorsese movie.
What's up, Sully?
Darius was all over it.
Ladarius had it too. Yeah.
The chat is one and one is the chat. If one of them gets it, they
Yeah.
are all over it. I'm going to go PPR positional ranking for 400. I'm a little nervous about this category, but it sounds fun.
All right. Running back, Jalen Warren within 5.
Oh, wow.
So you've got a range of 5. So tell me where he ranks among running backs in PPR fantasy scoring.
23.
29. You are one off. I
Wow.
am so sorry, Simon.
My initial
That
thought was
is-
27, and I dropped it because I was like, it actually has been a pretty low-scoring year for running backs, it feels like so far. Like, the list drops
By
quickly.
one.
Damn.
That was a bonk.
By
That was a
one.
bonk.
Oh, I like that category, though, Joey.
Thank you.
That was
And
fun.
The gifts, that's a category that can keep coming back because there's lots of content for it.
Lots of
All right.
players.
Jack, and here again, Keep Olave should be a low-end wide receiver 1. Oh, just giving some context to the Olave question. Yeah, I agree with you on that. The chat, let's see. Oh, Scampers, 23. Right in there.
Right there
Oh.
with you.
Andrew.
32. Close.
Darius, 33. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Jalen Warren's having a good season there. Simon, if you have to start a Steelers running back, is it Najee or is it Jalen Warren for you?
It's whichever one I unfortunately have on my roster with the rest of my depleted running
answer.
backs for the actual answer. But if they're both on my roster and I'm deciding in a PPR, any form of PPR format, I'm probably going Jalen Warren. At the beginning of the season and probably through the first 3-4 weeks, I would have stayed true to Najee's getting the volume, Najee's getting the work. But watching them, Warren looks like the more explosive player out there right now. And with the way that offense is running, I'll plug Warren in, but it doesn't feel good to plug in either Steelers running back right now.
And
Right.
their
Jorge.
usage
Oh,
is almost the same. It's almost the same right now, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate. And he's running all the routes. Sorry, Joey.
Sully's starting them both next week, and he kind of hates his life. Oh, sorry. All right. Oh,
Bye.
Scampers dropped Najee in a 10-team league. Wow, that's where we're at. In a 10, I kind of get it in a 10-team league. In 12-team league, it's a little scary to drop Najee, but I get it. Jorge, you are up. You get to pick your own value in your own category. Where are you going, buddy?
I want NFL on location for 400.
Okay, what? The Birdcage.
Oh man! I remember
Even say
watching
the
it.
name of the team in the movie.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, Miami Dolphins.
How about those Dolphins? That's right, the Miami Dolphins.
That was
Simon,
a-
you ever seen The Birdcage?
Never heard of it.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Yeah,
Oh.
Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
But Hank Azaria steals it.
He does. As
Yeah.
what was his name? He was the pool boy.
Yes.
I'm adding all sorts of stuff to my movie list.
Armand.
tonight.
No, Armand was Robin
That's
Williams.
right. Birdcage is hilarious. Hilarious.
Are
how
all the
about
movies
those
in this section pre-2000?
I know. No, they're not. They're not.
Shrek 2 is in there.
I knew.
Jorge's an old man like me. We had to, I had to put some stuff in there. For him.
Wow, disrespecting.
I think Birdcage is like early 2000s.
Oh no,
95.
it's like 95.
96.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
one off. I have this like weird
96.
talent. Within 3 years, I can name any movie. Yeah. How about those Dolphins, Jorge? Like they're looking pretty dynamite right now.
Greatest show on
And
surf.
Jalen Ramsey coming back, even better now. Like, are they a sneaky Super Bowl favorite right now?
I don't know about favorite, but because the AFC is such kind of it's such a crucible. But he's the best quarterback right now. He's playing best quarterback right now. He's playing better than Mahomes. He's playing better than Allen, consistently better. And they've got a lot of home games in December and January. I think they could win the AFC East and get some home games and not have to go to the bad weather. And if that happens, I think the Super Bowl is very doable. Can you imagine Tyreek Hill scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl? What he would do? Oh,
Flip the
Just
entire
grab all the
stadium.
cameras.
yeah. And then
He's
you get
still-
Devontae Chan back by then. So they'll just be absolutely electric by then.
Straps on a jetpack
Oh.
and goes into space.
We have a little bit of news here. Mecole Hardman headed back to the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get some live reactions here to this news.
Holy cow.
Simon, how are you feeling about Mecole Hardman back to the Chiefs?
It's really incredible. He moves up from 15th most player I'm most interested in picking up off the waiver wire for a bye week to 14th player I'm most interested in picking up to fill in a starting spot on a bye week. It doesn't matter. It didn't work in Kansas City the first time. It didn't work in New York. And now he's going back to Kansas City with even more competition there from Rashee Rice. I have no interest in Mecole Hardman. I'm out, man.
You're out.
I liked him in Hard Knocks. Just a little guy. Just being a little guy.
Jorge, you slam dunk that question. Go ahead and send JL to his next category.
Oh, I'm gonna send him back to the grab bag.
300.
All right. Approximately how much milk can be milked from a cow on a single day? 4 gallons, 7 gallons, or 10 gallons? Anything at all.
Sorry, JL.
I wonder if the limit lies with the human or with the cow.
That's a huge udder if you're milking the cow.
Yeah, I just have to imagine there's some sort of refractory period.
How big is the milk sack in a cow?
Big.
I know they have 4 stomachs.
4 gallons? 4 gallons big? I don't know about that. Let's go 4.
The correct answer is 7. The milk comes back like as it gets milk. Like
after it goes into the container.
Replenishes?
No. I mean, like they can
put it back
produce
in?
more milk later on in the day. I think cows get milked a couple times a day, don't they?
Cows are really like
7 gallons.
They're like perpetual motion machines where you can actually just connect a hose from udder to mouth. They'll
Infinite.
feed themselves and create infinite milk.
Infinite milk.
Wow.
It's incredible, really.
But only when it's connected to themselves.
Why did the chat know this one?
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat got this one right.
7
middle
because
guess.
I can drink 8 and I always get frustrated. We got a
try harder.
Chef in here, half PPR 10-man league. Hurts, AJ Brown, Lamb, Stevenson, Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift, look at that. Andrews, Brees, DJ Moore, London. Okay, you got a lot of players here. Anything I should do to trade? I think your team's loaded. It's a 10-man league though, so I'm all up for consolidating.
Yep, go consolidate some of those players and just look for players who are better than the 2 combined and see if you can get similar value when you're combining 2 for 1. A good resource for this is check out Peakton High School's trade value charts. He models the market trade value for players, and that'll help you determine what's the general market value for each of these.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. You could upgrade that RB2 position pretty easily, probably with some of the pieces you have. Ship off a Stevenson plus a DJ Moore or a Brees plus a Michael Pittman. See if one of them's had a big
trade
game.
Taylor Swift for Kelsey.
Yeah, that's a great one as well.
Go knock on the door of the Justin Jefferson manager and see what they're looking for. They might be struggling right now. And it's a 10-team league and you've got a lot of pieces there. You could put something together to get Justin Jefferson, throw him in your IR. And if he does come back in 4 to 5 weeks, boom, you could win a championship. That's a championship winning mood right there.
That's a great call. That is a great call. I mean, you could probably turn 2 of those receivers into JJ, and it'd be you'd be so loaded around week 10, 11 when he comes back.
All right, Simon, you get to pick your own category and question. Where are we
Me?
going? Let's get out of there. Yep. Where are we heading?
Let's go. Grab bag 500.
Which group of non-venomous animals account for the most United States citizen deaths each year? Bees, hornets, and wasps, dogs, farm animals, or sharks and dolphins?
I think this is farm animals, and by a significant margin would be my guess.
Simon, you are correct. 1.7
Wow.
deaths per 10 million people each year are killed by farm animals. And the graphic, I wish I could have put it on here, was very funny because I had a cow and a horse. So good job, Simon, sniffing that one out. That's going to tie you with Jorge. And that's going to let you also go ahead.
I think
What
it was just my
animals?
fear of horses that drove that one. Horses, every time I see one, I'm like, that thing could kill me so fast.
They probably buck them off, and
I bet it's a lot of hoof related deaths as well, with strong hooves down
And
there.
just falling off a horse too.
Of
A lot
course.
of ways
So-
those horses can get you.
This 500, Joey. This is more difficult than the movie question that I got at 400.
What was the 400 movie question you
The
got?
Martin Scorsese one.
I thought it was.
There may be
It's-
more frame
it's
of
tough.
reference to understand a movie thing than to know about the ranked order of causes of death in the United States.
I mean, you're literally doing Robert De Niro's face right now. So I would feel like you knew.
I'm
Scorsese
Italian.
movie.
Every face I make is Robert De Niro's face.
There you go. Oh my gosh.
It's all just grimacing and / smiling.
but only half Italian, so he doesn't know all of the movies.
Yeah.
only
He's only seen
half,
half of them. Yeah. All right, Jorge, pick JL's next category.
Oh gosh.
But didn't I just get that right?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Farm
Oh,
animals,
that's right,
my
you
bad.
did.
So I'm picking Jorge.
Oh, so
now.
you're picking mine.
I'm going to send Jorge to Who Beat Me.
All right.
Ooh, maybe we should change the name of that one.
Let's go 400.
Sorry about that.
I'm just messing around.
Okay. Kansas City Chiefs, Detroit Lions, Jacksonville Jaguars, or New York Jets?
Opening night. Who are the Detroit Rock City Lions?
That is correct, Jorge. Well done, my friend. And I'm going to let you send JL to his next category. Get through some questions here a little bit.
Let's go PPR positional ranking.
Okay.
500.
All right. Wide receiver T. Higgins within 7.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is a $500 question. Like, it's tough. Sorry.
Just rest the season because they're on bye this week. It's not. It's not.
No,
week
this is
3.
where they're at right now during
Oh.
this season.
Let's go with
So they're
37.
This is going to be shocking. 65 right now. T. Higgins is wide receiver 65. And they are on bye right now. Do you guys see T. Higgins being the ultimate buy low right now that you can just show them this beautiful blue graphic that says wide receiver 65 and get a really good deal on T. Higgins?
I think it depends on who's rostering him. If a 5-1, 6-0, even 4-2 team is rostering T. Higgins, they picked up a Puka Nacua, so they're not feeling it too much, maybe, in their starting lineup. They're probably holding on to T. Higgins because they know why they drafted him and they're not in desperate need for that upgrade right now. If you're looking at the 2-4, 1-5, 0-6 teams, they need to make moves right now. You can probably trade for T. Higgins at a severely discounted value if it's a team that's looking for wins this week.
Yeah, Scampers was the closest with 57.
Wow.
Nice job.
Yeah,
Scampers.
T Higgins. I mean, that offense is gonna take off at some point. You got to figure, and they've been great in December, January. You got to figure they're going to take off. And even though Jamar Chase is the alpha, T Higgins is a very good Robin to his Batman. So I like that. My ultimate buy low is still Jalen Waddle, but T Higgins is right behind him.
Perfect.
Man, my Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins dynasty teams are not feeling so good to start this year. Boy, do I love both of those guys.
Oh man.
Simon, category and value. You're up.
I will go PPR positional ranking 300.
By the way, did we shout out Sully in the chat?
I said hey to Sully. What's up, Sully?
What's up, Sully? Good to see you, my friend.
Sully.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver, ±4.
This category is breaking my brain. I don't know
It's
why.
tough.
keep
I'm
picking it.
realizing now it's tougher.
I'm going to go with
I might make the ranges a little bigger because I do.
15.
Wide receiver 13. Simon, you're going to get the points there.
Ah, got it, baby.
All right. And you get to send, let's see, the chat. Andrew on that with 14.
I was pretty sure he wasn't a top 12 wide receiver, but was debating how close to a top 12 wide receicer is he.
I feel like he's wide receiver 13 with like no fireworks at all. Like it's just like maybe like 12 points a week and that's it. Like it's
Just
it's not been a huge game.
around.
Yeah. You should never run with sparklers, kids. If there's any children watching the show, please don't do that.
Run with Roman candles instead.
Simon, you get to pick Jorge's next category and value.
Let's send Jorge to week 6 leaders.
Ooh, let's do it. 300.
Okay. Running back PPR points. Travis Etienne, Zach Moss, or Raheem Mostert. Who's the running back Mostert. You are correct. Jorge was doing his homework this week. Mr. Yahoo Sports over there. Just knocking him out of the park.
Well, you think this is your job or something, Jorge?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. This morning, I actually had to do some non-football stuff, and it felt weird.
What is this?
Laundry?
Groceries?
Hands?
Dishes?
Dishes. Yeah, groceries and dishes. I was just
driving.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to go somewhere during the day.
Husband?
See, what's that thing in the sky? Jeez, I Dios mío. All right, where am I sending JL? Where am I sending
Darius all on the
ball? Yeah.
Yep. Send JL to his next category. You took the lead with that last one, Jorge.
I'm gonna give him an easy one. Who beat me?
None of them are easy. 500.
I feel like JL's just falling on all the landmines today. The Detroit Lions. Was it Green Bay Packers, Seattle Seahawks, or Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Seahawks.
JL is on the board.
We in.
Why can't I?
That was my wedding gift to you.
Anything.
Terrible gift.
For me, this is the toughest one. I
still had to do all the work.
Sorry,
Somebody
my dog.
snoring?
It's my dog next to me.
That's a good
Keep it
dog
the thing,
snore.
Jorge.
That's a good dog snore right there. I can feel the relaxation coming through the mic.
He sounds a little bit like the fake snorer on Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You record that, sell it as a ringtone.
You gotta do
It's 2001.
that.
Well, JL, you got that right. Congratulations. You get to send that dog is funny. You get to send Simon to his next category. Where you're going to
I
send
would send Simon to NFL on location.
500. Oh God,
This is
I don't know.
crazy,
things.
Jorge. Because Jorge just said something. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay, I'm closing the chat because I've seen this movie before and I'm trying to remember where it takes place.
At a school.
At a school, and they're in the sunshine. It's very sunny.
There are roads. There are schools.
Remember they went to a baseball game.
Oh yeah, they were.
And Matthew Broderick was there.
Oh, so you've seen this one, JL?
And Jennifer Grey pre Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really sure. The sun's out, so I'm going to cross off Seattle. And now, if that's the right answer, everyone's just going to laugh at me, as that's the one team I've eliminated from contention of this. I'm going to go with.
I heard that you were feeling ill.
This is very clearly. This is obviously the. This is the Arizona Cardinals.
It's actually the Chicago.
Not that
Bears.
much sunshine.
Damn it!
Yeah. All John Hughes movies take place in Chicago.
Chicago.
It's like, isn't Aurora?
So why didn't you know that, Simon?
Well, I
All
have
of
seen
Langston Hughes movies take place in Chicago.
Did you say Langston Hughes?
All of Justin Pugh's movies take place in Chicago, Simon, you dumb idiot.
I gave options on every other category. I probably should have given options on this one. I apologize.
No,
Everybody knows who made Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Jay.
I have seen that movie. It was within my grasp to get that one.
Oh,
I fumbled the bag.
I thought you'd get it with the baseball game. I didn't say Wrigley Field. Oh,
well, Jorge,
Ooh,
this is my wedding gift to JL. Is you get to pick your own category.
I don't want these gifts. I do not accept.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go week 6 leaders for 500.
Oh no!
Just trying to put them away.
I
Quarterback rushing yards: Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, or Dak Prescott.
Ooh, Dak attack.
It's actually Lamar Jackson, Mr.
Right.
Yahoo Sports.
That's right. He had more. I forgot that because Dak had to. I gave him too much credit. Damn it!
They're just giving us a chance.
Chat was right there with you. Scampers and Andrew thought it was Dak as well.
Wrong.
Then again, Joey could be wrong. No, I checked. All right, JL, chance to get back up in the scoreboard there. What category are you looking at?
I better shoot high here. I'll go 300. Who beat me?
Who beat the Miami Dolphins? Was it the Buffalo Bills, the Carolina Panthers, or the Los Angeles Chargers?
Bills.
It was the Buffalo Bills. JL, that brings you up to 800. So the Bills and Dolphins are pretty much the two teams to beat right now in the AFC East. JL, who's going to win that division?
One of
You're
those
putting
two
your money on
teams.
one of
I
those
put
two
it on the
teams.
Dolphins.
I'm with you.
Too.
I something about that Dolphins team just screams they're gonna put it together. That was such a good Dolphin noise,
Thank
Jay.
you.
I could tell
I've
you've
been
been practicing.
practicing.
It's one of those rare, you've ever seen those dolphins with the really long, pointy snouts with the scary teeth that come off? I'm pretty sure that's what they sound like.
What?
The bottle teeth dolphin.
The bottle teeth dolphin.
Oh.
Yes, of course.
Well, JL, you got that right. You get to send Simon to his next category. Where do you
All right, listen, Simon, to NFL on Location. I enjoyed watching him solve that one.
200.
The Departed.
New England Patriots.
That is
Same.
correct. If
Thank
you would
God.
have said Boston, I would have probably given it to you.
Yeah, I
Wait,
was-
it was Boston. It was Boston, not New England. No.
I'm walking here. I'm pretty sure they just say that over and over again.
Oh! That's not.
That's every city that I don't live in.
Yeah. All right, Simon, you can send Jorge to his next category.
We're going to send Jorge to NFL on Location.
All right,
Okay, Jorge.
100.
The Sopranos.
I don't know this one.
Well, I have two choices. I have two choices here: the Jets and Giants.
That's correct. You could have said Jets or Giants. I would have accepted both.
Yeah,
It takes place in New Jersey, just
Yep.
as The Sopranos does.
I maybe
That's
could have contexted my way to that one, but I've never seen an episode of The Sopranos.
Damn.
Don't tell Dave
Oh.
Flugie.
the Jets. The
By
Jets did.
stereotyping.
The Jets did a great,
mean?
like the
Yes,
intro. With
yes.
Robert Saleh and oh gosh, the intro.
That's
That
how
was-
Jay and I came in from the airport. Was that bridge? Like that's how we came in. So it's kind of cool.
That's
We
awesome.
went to Flex in New York.
Like Scamper. We had lots of Jets, Giants, Jets, Jersey, and then Scamper came in and said, the GD Jets. Not happy with them right now, apparently.
No, not at all.
What did they just because they made the Bills' life hard when it shouldn't have been?
I'm guessing so.
Oh
Jorge, you
man,
get to send jail to his next category. Where's jail
Um,
gonna go?
PPR positional ranking.
200.
Tight end Sam Laporta plus or minus 4.
5.
It's a good number.
You're within range. He's tight end 2 right now. Sam Laporta. Good job, JL. How from a dynasty perspective, JL with Sam Laporta, where is he in your tight end dynasty rankings? He's probably towards the top. Would you be taking him ahead of Kittle, Andrews, maybe?
In
Around where
Dynasty?
would you have him? Yeah.
Not above Andrews.
Okay.
Maybe above Kittle. And I think that he's just getting to that point where the age is starting to the age combined with the talent makes him a little bit more interesting from like a lifetime value perspective than George Kittle. But I still think that that's not a given. I think if you went and you took George Kittle over Sam Laporta, I don't think anybody would be upset.
One name that I'm probably taking him over at this point after a couple of seasons of what's the conversation with him and Kyle Pitts? You know what I mean?
go.
We have seen limited production from Kyle Pitts through his first couple seasons. You can argue it's because of situation or circumstance, but oftentimes that talent finds a way to create production. I haven't necessarily seen it from Kyle Pitts, and through 6 weeks, I'm seeing it consistently from Sam Laporta. I think he's already ahead of Pitts in dynasty rankings because we maybe don't have that history of consistency with a Kittle or with Andrews or even with a Hawkinson that we do with Kyle Pitts, or that we don't have with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd put him. I think I would put him ahead of Pitts right now because, have you guys seen Pitts run lately? It doesn't look like he's 100% after that knee surgery. So, I haven't. I mean, that offense is going to be great for a long time because Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to take the number one defender in the defensive backfield. So it's going to be a lot of great years ahead for Sam Laporta and that offense.
No, I just want to go back to the Ferris Bueller question. There's a lot of Chicago's, but Mr. Scampers coming in here with some actual factual information. Matthew Broderick did kill someone. Everybody should Google it. It actually did happen in Ireland. So sorry, Matthew Broderick, if you're watching the show right now, but it did happen.
Which he
Remind
often
you of
does.
that.
You can't forget that Matthew
we
Broderick's
have a
usually
question
watching.
from Youngstar 210. Would you guys give up Josh Reynolds for Tajay Spears? That's a very interesting trade. Jorge's nodding his head with enthusiasm. So
Well, it's drop, not trade. It's drop.
Oh, would you drop?
Yeah.
Simon, are you there too? Yeah.
Yeah, I would do this as well with the work Tajay Spears is getting.
Oh, yeah.
Reynolds is super replaceable, that type of wide receiver. You could just find a bajillion of him on the waiver wire.
And TD Sizzle with a similar question. Want to know, would you drop Michael Thomas to pick up Jacoby Myers? This one's a little tougher. Joey, which way do you think here?
I do not believe in Derek Carr right now and what he's doing in New Orleans. I truly don't. I think if
think it's real.
Olave or Michael, I don't think he's a real person. No, not at all. I think if Olave or Michael Thomas is going to gain any value, they need to give the ball to Jameis to get a true pass thrower that's just going to sling the ball around. So I actually would drop Michael Thomas to grab Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers is way more involved than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, I did hear somebody the other day say that that he was the number one receiver over Devontae Adams, and I just about gave up my breakfast at that point. I was just like, no way.
No.
Devontae's still the guy. He's just had a couple of slow weeks.
This is tough for me because I feel like Jacoby Myers is really getting boosted here by these touchdowns. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. Michael Thomas doesn't have any yet, but the targets have been there for both of these guys. I would have a hard time being on the Jacoby Myers side because I do think Michael Thomas is a more essential part of that offense.
I understand that.
Well, guys, big news that just came in. I spent way too much money on Tyreek Hill in our Guillotine League, but he is secured on my team. So everyone in the Listener League, watch out. I spent all my money.
And scampers, don't worry. You only have to listen for one more week, and then you don't have to listen anymore. I'm a nice person, I feel, but I'm really taking a heel role in this whole Listener League thing. Every day I'm in the chat just talking crap. So if you want me to talk crap to you, join our Listener League next season in our Discord. All right. Another question in here. Do you guys think Julio is going to have an impact on the Eagles, Jorge?
No.
What did you think? No? Okay.
No, I don't think I think he's just going to run routes and maybe try and draw some defenders. It's those top 3 receivers, including Dallas Goedert.
Well, JL, you got that last question right, so you get to pick Simon's next category.
All right, listen, Simon, to PPR positional rankings.
All right, Simon. Running back Christian McCaffrey, plus or minus 5.
1.
He is the RB1 right now. Congratulations, Simon.
Did it.
And Jorge to his next category.
Grab bag, baby.
Yeah, you know you guys want to see this.
I'm going to go I'll go for give me the 200.
Okay. Name 6 of Snow White's 7 dwarfs.
All right. Sleepy, Dopey, Grumpy, Sneezy, Doc, and give me one more.
I saw that movie. That's not this far. I'm sorry. Walt Disney's Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
Oh gosh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jorge, I'm sorry. You got 5.
Happy and bashful.
Happy. Oh god.
Happy and Dopey,
and
I think, were the 2 you didn't have.
I didn't get happy and bashful.
Oh, bashful. Jail, that opens up the board for you. You get to pick your category and your value.
All right, let's go with who beat me 200.
Okay. Who beat the San Francisco 49ers? The Browns, the Seahawks, or the Titans?
It was the Browns.
It was the Simon Grunewald
Seattle Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Did I put Seattle Browns in there? Oh, no. Okay.
Cleveland rocks.
All right. Send Simon, all of you get one more question. So send Simon to his next category, Jail.
All right. Who beat me?
Okay.
Give it to me, Joey.
Oh, I would love to. Philadelphia Eagles. Was it the Rams, the Jets, or the Buccaneers?
This would be the New York Zach Wilson Jets.
That is correct, Simon.
Shout out Zach
Going to bring
Wilson.
you
when you put it
in 100 of Jorge. and you get to send Jorge to his next category.
Jorge,
Chat was
we're going to
all over
send
that
you
one.
to grab bag since you're beating me.
I'm so
Well,
excited
let's
for this grab
do
bag
it.
question. All right, Jorge. Now, I know you recently went somewhere, I believe with your daughters, so you might have a little insight in this question. Okay, if Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift get married on July 16th of 2024 at 9:40 p.m., we will be 198.9 days through the year, which corresponds to Taylor's 1989 album she is releasing on October 27th of 2023. Now, what would Travis Kelce's brother Jason's last name be come in the marriage?
Still Kelsey.
That's correct. It is still Kelce. It's still Kelce.
And I
Not
did see,
thrown off.
I did see I did see the final show at SoFi Stadium with two of my daughters, with Taylor Swift, and she absolutely blew the roof off. She was fantastic. And actually, that night she announced that the 1989 album was going to be re-released on October 27th, and like my daughters just about lost their minds. So that was so fun. That was
That's
so
awesome.
fun.
I would like
What a cool memory.
I would like to say that I wrote this question. I only wrote the second part of this question. Yeah, that is something I read on the internet, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
And actually, July 16th happens to be my daughter's, my twin daughters that I went with. It happened to be it happens to be their birthday.
I'm
Cool.
really buying into this conspiracy theory stuff.
Yeah.
I'm fully in. I'm fully in. Jorge, did I give you your points for that? No, I did not. So you get 100. You could send
All right.
JL to his last question.
Week 6
200.
leaders.
200.
All right. JL, you rebounded nicely in this game. All right, week 6 leaders. Passing yards, was it Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, or Desmond Ridder?
I don't know. Let's go with Goff.
Good call.
It's
You
Jared
got
Goff,
it.
baby.
Baby.
Yeah, yeah.
He was tied
All right,
with one
guys.
other person, right? I think with Derek Carr.
For passing yards?
Yeah, if I'm
I
not
don't
mistaken.
believe so.
Huh.
You don't
Close.
work at Yahoo.
I don't work at Yahoo.
They
Who
were
do I
close.
All right, guys, go ahead and get out your pen and paper and write me a wager for the category. I got to remember the question. 1 second. Take this off the screen. The category today will be cheerleaders.
Okay. I just have to show you guys while we write down our wagers. The would you rather on my calendar for today says, would you rather belong to a family of strict bears or belong to a family of nonchalant hippos? So think through that one while we write down our answer.
That'd probably be a better question than what I have for us today.
I feel like most hippos I've seen have been nonchalant.
Joey, what was my score?
Oh my God, I closed it. I shouldn't have done that. Let me pull it
Jorge
back
had
up.
1,700. I had 1,500, and I believe Jail
And
had
jail had
1,400.
1,400. Yeah,
I'm not
there we
mistaken.
go.
Okay, I got it.
All right, let me pull up a notepad here so I can take down your wagers. Okay. Corset. Use the screen.
Can we reveal?
Wait a second. What's the answer? Wait a second. What's the question again? Sorry.
Oh, I haven't given the question. You got to
Oh.
do the bid before the question.
Oh,
I see some questions in the chat. We'll hit those right after we put in our wagers.
Absolutely.
Before Final
Simon-
Jeopardy here.
Let's see your bids, guys.
Jorge, you got yours ready?
yeah.
I'm going with 1,500. Wagering it all.
1,000.
Jorge is 1,000. So you guys are going to make me do math. Thank you so much for making me do that today. All right,
Jail
and your
going-
question
That's
today.
my wedding gift to me.
Well, Joey, before you ask the question,
Yeah.
maybe while you're pre-doing the math, we can hit some of these questions that showed up in
Yeah,
the chat
go ahead
here
and do
before
that.
we get into Final Jeopardy. I see a question here from Kodiak. Wanted to know what one player are you guys rostering out of Zach Evans, Darrell Henderson, and Myles Gaskin? Currently has Evans. Wondering if you should be taking a different running back from the Rams now. So I know we talked a little bit about this earlier. I'm still rolling Evans out there. He's the guy that I think is in line for the most work. Jorge, you expressed some concern about the other guys entering this backfield. Is Evans still your preferred option though?
Evans is still my option, but I wouldn't be surprised if Darrell Henderson steals some carries from him this week because he's the most familiar with the offense. Darrell Evans, shout out to 1970s and 80s baseball player.
We had a question in here from Carter. Said trade CD Montgomery and Brees for Pollard, Justin Jefferson, and Marquise Brown. So, John Luke, would you trade away CD Lamb, David Montgomery, and Brees Hall for Tony Pollard, Justin Jefferson, and Marquise Brown?
No, I'd keep CD, David Montgomery, and Brees Hall.
Too much uncertainty around JJ for me to make
Brees is gonna be a beast in the rest of the way.
Yeah.
And then one more question in here from TD Sizzle. Man, that TD does sizzle. So speaking about tight end, I have Waller and Pitts. I'm having issues on who to start at tight end this week. Jonnu Smith off the waiver wire is probably who you should start at tight end. Jorge, out of Waller and Pitts, who are you starting?
I'm starting Pitts. I have not gotten good stuff from Waller, and Pitts has been pretty good, pretty involved the last couple of weeks.
Waller is going up against Washington this week. Kyle Pitts, Atlanta's going up against Tampa Bay.
Yep. Also, Grimfin in here had a question for us. Wanted to know, is there office hours tomorrow? We will be having office hours tomorrow after the show for 30 minutes. So if you got more questions we don't get to today, stop on by there, and we would be more than happy to answer them for you at office hours tomorrow.
I think I would lean Waller in this. He looked decent this past week. There's a couple plays that he was involved in that I was just surprised. What we've seen from Aaron Waller, I've been a bit surprised. I thought he would have a harder time in the offense. So I would probably lean him. It is pretty close between these two guys this week.
All right. You got our question for us, Joey?
I do. Let's go, guys. Who was the first NFL franchise to have male cheerleaders? Was it the Baltimore Colts, the Las Vegas Raiders, or the Los Angeles Rams?
Does this live in my memory anywhere? I think so.
When I used to work in my water job, one of my customers was a male cheerleader for the Buccaneers. He was really nice. His name was Victor.
Oh, I know Victor.
But they got male cheerleaders after this team.
So I am changing my answer. Okay, I'm in.
All right, guys. Show me your answers. The Rams. So the Rams is the correct answer to the question, which will make Simon our winner today with $3,000.
Wait a second, I had Rams. That's right, but he bid more.
More money, he did.
Oh,
Simon risked it for the biscuit and got the whole thing. So.
Jorge, you see, the secret is not being afraid of ending with zero. I've hit rock bottom so many times that I no longer fear living there. I'll wager it all every time, baby. Jorge, an excellently played game. Almost pulled it out of the end. Got it right. Appreciate you taking the time to come and play some Jeopardy with us today.
Oh, anytime. I adore you guys. Thank you. You guys are my compadres on this, and this has been awesome. So I always have fun with you guys. Oh, love you guys to bits. Can't wait to see you all and hug you for real next time. Hopefully soon.
I'm never letting go. You're coming back to San Antonio with me.
Let's
Everybody watching, if you're not already following our friend Jorge, fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at Jorge Martin 17, right there below his handsome face on the screen. And again, the link is in the description of this YouTube video. Go and follow him. Check out his awesome fantasy football content. And as Jay said at the beginning of the show, truly just one of the best people in this space. Always friendly and generous with your time. We appreciate you, Jorge.
Love you all. Salud, brothers.
All right. Well, guys, we will be back tomorrow with some more fantasy football game show fun along with office hours to follow it. So if you want to play some more games, got some more fantasy questions, make sure you tune back in tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We will be here. So will you. So until then, adios, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Simon.